Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be picking up kind of where I left off in the last video. There were a couple of things that I did do off camera, which included farming up the cooking reagents for the Clamat surprise. And I picked up a couple other things in the hinterlands way over here. So I'm just stopping here to turn this quest in, and then I'm going to probably fly right back to Daenerys. Handle with care. Another shipment from Kurgle, I assume? Thank you for your help, Lunacy. The hippogriff population simply wouldn't flourish if it weren't for us. But I am sure you understand all too well, having traveled to Fairlast yourself and seen the devastation of the Gorduni there. Well, as you can see, I am hard at work here, so you'd best be on your way. Flavored of Illume? Try to avoid them if you can, Lunacy. The Wildkin may misread your interest as an intent to do them harm. Thank you for bringing these to me, Lunacy. What did you learn of the Wildkin? Perhaps these feathers will tell us more. Ferocious monsters, or simply misguided pets. One day, I'd like to know the truth. I'm going to continue my research. Please come back and talk to me again after some time has passed. Moon-touched Wildkin. Wildkin feathers from the hinterlands appear to contain traces of magical qualities. These powers, they don't seem to be wielded by the creatures. It's more like they are simply inherent to the species, part of their very essence. During my studies, I heard that a large population of Wildkin inhabit the snowy lands of Winterspring. Could these creatures have the same powers? Please help me find an answer, Lunacy. Go to Winterspring and gather feathers that have dropped to the ground, then return to me. So that was actually the other thing that I had gathered from the hinterlands, was the feathers that he sent me there for. Ironically though, I did have to kill those Wildkin to get the giant eggs to drop for the clamlet surprise. So it is a little bit funny that it lined up that way. So now we have to take the long flight all the way to Daenerys. I don't particularly want to go to Winterspring in a hurry. I know I do have another quest to turn in there, but I do know that there is a lot of quests available. So I think I want to get more done from the Daenerys quests before I think about going to winter spring. I do also think that in this video I'm going to be hopping into Zul'Farrak for a short time to get those scarab shells. And I do remember that there were still some quests for me to pick up in Gadget Sand, so I did clean my bags out a little bit. Not a whole lot, but some. I have a nice big glass of it's blueberry tea with vanilla creamer in it that I will be enjoying periodically throughout the video. Oh, both of the things sending me over to winter spring have to do with the Thurian village. And I do this was one of the other things that I did in the hinterlands. So I do have something available to turn in to Booty Bay. I'm gonna try and get off at the next stop, because since that's the case, I can hopefully fly to the Barrens and take the boat to Booty Bay, so I don't have to come like all the way back. Showing Tenerife. Oh, duh, because I'm into, or it's still showing Thousand Needles. Retrieve the Sephorium booster and the Shimmering Flats. But it doesn't show where it is. I may have to look that one up real quick, since I'm on a flight path. Oh, that's because it's in Dust Bobble. That's right. I forgot about that. Sorry, my throat seems to be a little scratchy today, so I do apologize. Oh dang, and it looks like I just missed the boat. So I will have to wait for the next one. I wonder what... So I did raise it to Wrath Alchemy. Just barely. I think Wrath Alchemy is just 350. So I might... I don't know, maybe next time I stream, I might, like, do heroics, and then in between them, I might farm up some herbs from around Northrend and start raising my alchemy to max level. I was doing some heroics earlier on this character, and I want to say not a single thing dropped. And there are these dungeons. They're called Gamma Heroics, which just means that they're a little bit harder. A couple more mechanics, things like that. But they do drop better gear. And everything was plate, mail, or cloth. And my character needs spellcasting leather. I don't remember there being any leather that dropped, but if it did, it was with like agility instead of intellect or spell or anything like that pertaining to my class. Well, pertaining to my spec. Druids can have a melee spec. So let's go hand in this grog that I got from the hinterlands. Sink me. I'm almost out of booze here. Captain is going to weigh anchor, and old Slim will be caught dry as the Tenaris desert. And once he discovers his port is missing, blimey. Shiver me timbers, he found the captain's grog. I owe you big time, friend. Seems like a storm is brewing outside. Maybe I'll just keep warm with one of these here bottles while we wait for it to pass. Nice little buff. Emphasis on little, since it is directed towards probably level 40s instead of level 80s. I'll still use them all the same. And now I'm just going to take the boat back and continue down to Tenaris. I have Mount Envy. I do need to work on getting classier mounts. All of my fancy things are in retail. I haven't put in the time on classic to have too many bragging rights. I hope the rain sounds aren't too loud. They always sound quiet on my end when I record them, so I try and turn them up a little bit, but I never know how it's really coming through until I upload. And once again, I'm off to fly to Tenaris. I'm actually surprised. I already did all of my weekly raids that, well, the ones that I can do on this character. She's not geared enough for ICC yet. And I was debating with myself if I wanted to record this or if I wanted to stream on retail doing my raids on my main character. But I chose to record this because I do want to get a lot of this questing done. And I don't know that I would have enough time today to complete all of the raids that I need to in retail, since I got my hunter high enough level for the high enough gear score for the newer raid. So I may save that for Thursday. At the time of my recording this, it's Tuesday, so alright. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn in that cooking quest. Amulet surprise. My cravings are going to be the end of me. Hurry, lunacy, before I dip into my own supply. You are in for a special treat, lunacy. Watch and learn. Dirge brings to prepare begins to prepare clamlet surprise. So he taught me how to make it. And it looks like he has a different recipe as well. I don't know where to get a hippogriff egg. Maybe I'll look into that. See her. She's hiding back here. The Dune Mall compound. Just recently, a large band of nomadic ogres arrived in Daenerys. South of here, they have taken over a large area, the desert, and formed a compound. Several smaller bands are currently wandering the desert, some of which have invaded the old troll ruins. The Dune Mall compound must be destroyed. We cannot allow these ogres to build up a force. The leader of this band is named Gormarok the Ravager. I believe that putting an end to his leadership will be the beginning of the end for the ogres. Water Pouch Bounty. Greetings, Lunacy. The name's Laglunket, and we've got an important job for you if you're up for it. Huzzah! Nothing would please me more as a seasoned spigot operator to take any wastewater water pouches you might find out in the desert. That's our water anyway. The nomads have just stolen it. Stolen it is all. Oh, just stolen it is all. The Gadgets and Water Company will offer you an official care package for every 5 you turn in. Most importantly though, you're helping Gadgetsan help itself. Wastewander Justice. You there. It's time for you to be a big helper to the Gadgetsan Water Company. The Wastewander nomads out in the Daenerys Desert have seized almost all the water wells. Without access to them, our water supply will dry up in no time. If you want to get in our good graces, then you'll help us bring justice to those nomads. Head east of here and bring down 10 Wastewander bandits and thieves. Then report back to me on the double. Justice waits for no man, goblin. Just get on with it. Divinomatic Rod. Sergeant Bly stole from me. He said he'd only borrow it, but he stole my cherished Divinomatic Rod. Without that rod, how will I know where to dig new water holes? Find Bly and bring me my rod. I heard he led his band of ill-reputed adventurers to go treasure hunting in Zul'Farrak to the west. I bet you'll find him there. Let's hope the trolls took care of him. because if you have to fight him for the rod, then you're in for a serious fight. So there's a couple of quests that are bringing me there. The Thirsty Goblin. I've got an idea, see? I've heard of some strange creatures called dew collectors that live to the southwest, and that they are able to store water in special glands. I think that if I could get one of these glands, I could create a drink that would quench my terrible thirst. Do you think you could help me, Lunacy? Look for the cactus garden, Lunacy. That's where you'll find the dew collectors. Oh, I thought there was a quest down here. There is a auction house, though, which I never knew was there. Troll Temper. The Sand Fairy Trolls of Zul'Farrak make a tempering agent from sandstones, and I can use it to temper the goods I craft. Yes, I can. It is highly prized by connoisseurs, so if you bring me a good supply of the temper, then I'll reward you well. Zul'Farrak is northwest of Gadgetzan. Good luck. It's looking more and more like I'm gonna have to do a full run of Zul'Farrak. Gadgetzan Water Survey. We've got a position open for a temporary junior grade surveyor in the Gadgetzan Water Company if you're interested. With the nomads seizing all our wells, we need to exploit more free sources of water. There is water to be had in the desert, but only to those smart enough to survey them first. Take this dowsing widget and tap a sample of the water by the pool near Sand Sorrow Watch. It's right in sight of the trolls around here. Bring the tapped widget back to me when you're done. Wanted, Caliph Scorpid Sting. The Gadgetzan Water Company of Gadgetzan Tenaris will pay a high bounty for the head of Caliph Scorpid Sting, leader of the Waste Wander Outlaws. His crimes include 1. Murdering Gadgetzan Water Co. employees, 2. Stealing Gadgetzan Water Co. resources, 3. Seizing Gadgetzan Water Co. property. Bring proof of Caliph Scorpid Sting's demise to Chief Engineer Bilgewizzle for an immediate reward. Wanted, Andre Firebeard. The vile pirate Andre Firebeard is wanted for crimes against Steamweedle and Gadgetzan. By decree of Governing Council, any who read this are hereby authorized to use lethal force during the apprehension of Andre and his abettors. By further decree, should Andre be deceased or otherwise indisposed, during the time of his hearing, his head may act as proxy, and deliverance of such head to Security Chief Bilgewizzle constitutes a binding and tenderable contract. All right. I think I'm going to do Zul'Farrak first, since it seems like a somewhat high concentration of quests are to be had there. And it'll probably take me to the end of the video. I imagine that I'm going to end up with pretty full bags. It's going to take me a minute to get into a groove. I think I'm going to just mount up and gather a bunch of them. That seems a lot faster. It is a shame that the amount that I want is 20k gold. Because I do not have anywhere close to that. And it has a vendor on it. Oh, my goodness. An immediate daze. Yikes. Alright, let's try. Well, let me kill this thing first. Let's try again. Dang. They're very aggressive, it seems. And they like to knock me off my mount. Again, there must be something that they're able to do. Like an ability or something. Which kind of puts a damper on things. It's a shame that they don't drop the water pouches. I'm a little low on mana. Alright, and I got the 20 out of 20. What are those? I got the 5 out of 5 uncracked scarab shells. And now I think it's just the Divinomatic Rod. Sergeant Bly. Is that, what a butthole. Yeah, they have a really rude ability, and I think Blizzard put it in here on purpose. Because you can mount up here versus some of the other dungeons where you can't usually mount up. They must have put something to knock you down a few pegs. Ooh, I am gonna loot all these though. I wish these vendored for like a really good amount, but I feel like they probably don't. The things that I'm picking up. I mean, it's not probably terrible. silver alone really isn't bad money. I was gonna say, I'm surprised my bags aren't full. They must be getting close, though. Thank God most of these things stack. Um, I don't need the silk. I'd rather have whatever that vendor's for. Oh, you're friendly until you walk up to you. I can get rid of that. I already have one of those in my bank. I think that the quest item I need is from this fight here. Yeah, Sergeant Bly. I think I just have to wait for the second wave to spawn. And then kill those and then talk to them. Well, these vendor for a decent amount-ish. forget what the two ways of doing this dungeon are. To be honest, I know there's like one way you can fight the goblin, and I think one you don't. Get rid of that. Hey, Bly. Bilgewizzle wants his Divinomatic Rod back. What? How dare you say that to me? After all we've been through, well, I didn't like you anyway. And I'm just gonna toss this. And get the gold off of them. And that's all I needed to do, right? Yeah. I think honestly I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna hearth out of here, I think, and render everything. And then I'll pick up the next video once I'm already back in Tanaris. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope y'all have a good night and have sweet dreams. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!